How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man, and welcome back to another episode of the monthly Otaku Collection, the show that I do at the end of every single month where I go over the anime, the manga, the merch, and other types of things that I would like to talk about that I couldn't really talk about in a video for this month. It is the spooky, scary month of October, but unfortunately, I don't think Halloween's going to be happening due to what's been happening all over the world. I'm probably sure you don't have to explain it or anything. Every year they do this giant Halloween party type of thing in the hustling, bustling city of Shibuya, but considering the recent news that have come out about how the Shibuya government is just going to stop this no matter what, there's either going to be a massive riot that is happening for all the young people who want to do Halloween through a pandemic, or B, Shibuya is going to be dead as fuck on Halloween. I don't really give a shit because I got better things to do than to go around getting diseases in the towns, you feel me? But you know what's one thing I do very much care about? It's my brand new EP that I released, that's right. For those of you who don't know, I make a lot of music. I've been making music and I've been releasing music publicly since late 2019, and right now I have 3 albums, or I have 1 full album and I have 2 EPs, and this one right here is the second EP called Shiro Kitsune, which I worked on with my very stupidly talented and stupidly handsome producer friend, Grey Fox. It is my first rap / hip-hop album that I've ever released. I mean, I've done a lot of like features on all sorts of people's channels, like None Like Joshua and Rustage, amazing people by the way, go check them out, links in the description. But this is the first time that I've ever worked on something and fully written it and, you know, produced it with a friend of mine and just released it under my name. So yeah, I uploaded this EP onto YouTube a couple of days ago as well, but I've also released it on Spotify and Amazon and other places like that. Unfortunately, I couldn't really get it up onto Apple Music for some reason. They didn't let me do it, so sorry for the people who use Apple Music, but you guys can listen to the full EP on my YouTube channel, which again, I'll leave down in the description below, so definitely go check it out. The support on this EP has been fucking amazing so far, and I'm so glad because I was so scared to upload onto YouTube and just really release it at all, because I know I'm not the best rapper in the world, but goddamn, I love making this type of music so much, and I definitely do want to do more of this kind of stuff in the near future. Also, please, please, please go subscribe to my friend Grey Fox. He is a fucking amazing YouTuber. He's trying to grow out his YouTube channel and stuff like that, and of course, you know, support his music as well. He makes some fucking banger music, so I swear to God, if you don't go and subscribe to Grey Fox, I'ma punch you in the throat. Don't test me, I'll fucking do it. But with that out of the way, let's move on to the otaku shit. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about the anime. And yes, I have decided that I am going to be talking about this. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. Hell yes, I went to go watch the brand new Demon Slayer movie. I'm sure you guys have heard all about it. It just came out in Japan about 2 weeks ago as of the uploading of this video, and holy shit, has it smashed a shitload of records, let me tell you. How popular this movie was fucking insane. Thus, it took me this long to finally go and watch it. I was actually supposed to go watch it on the day it came out, but literally, the moment it came out in cinemas, those seats in every fucking cinema in Japan was just gone. I mean, I've gone to see some pretty big anime films in cinemas, Your Name, Premiere, but nothing had compared to the hype behind this movie. And it really is no surprise to anybody. I mean, I'm sure 99% of you who are watching this video right now have seen Demon Slayer, or have seen a little bit about Demon Slayer, heard something about Demon Slayer, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who have just said fuck it to the anime and just read ahead in the manga. So for you manga readers, you obviously know what happens in this movie, but for those of you who haven't watched the movie and are anime only like me, don't worry, for this like review or my thoughts on it, I will be giving no spoilers whatsoever, so you can rest assured that you will not get spoiled. And also, I don't want to see you fucking manga readers down in the comments spoiling either, alright? If you do, I'm gonna punch you in the throat. So as someone who binged the entire anime series in a matter of 2 days, which mind you, is a big achievement for someone like me. Like, A, I don't really have a lot of time to binge anime nowadays, and B, Demon Slayer is quite long. It's like 26 episodes or something like that. And also, it was, you know, the most overhyped anime of 2019. So obviously, as the fucking anime hipster that I am, I was obviously immediately turned off by it. But I thought, fuck it, it's been so long since the anime has come out, and people are just hammering on me to be like, Joey, watch Demon Slayer. Why haven't you watched Demon Slayer? You're a failure as an anime man if you haven't watched Demon Slayer. So I finally bit the bullet, went to go watch it, and I mentioned in a previous monthly otaku collection, but I fucking loved it. Like, I don't care if it's stupidly overrated or what you think about Demon Slayer. Just as a shonen anime and as a shonen story, it is pretty fucking solid. Don't think that just because an anime is overrated, I'm immediately going to hate it. No, absolutely not. I gave it a go. I've seen a lot of overrated anime, and I thought a lot of them were actually pretty fucking good. And Demon Slayer was definitely one of those. So I was excited to go watch the movie, because with the cliffhanger that was left at the end of season 1, I was like, I need more, boys. Now again, I haven't read the manga, but the Demon Slayer movie covers what is known as the train arc, which I don't think is actually quite long in the manga. I believe it's only like maybe a volume, not even 2 volumes long. So firstly, I was like, that's really interesting that they're going to take a rather short arc, even for Demon Slayer standards, and turn it into a movie. So immediately I was like, I hope there isn't pacing issues, because a lot of anime movies that stem from TV series IPs tend to have that problem, where they take just such a small portion of the story and try and extend it into a movie length that it just seems a little bit overbloated. Luckily though, with this movie, I definitely didn't get that feeling. I definitely didn't think anything was rushed. I definitely didn't think that we missed a lot of information or anything. Like, I understood very clearly, even as being just an anime watcher, that I knew what the hell was going on, and it really perfectly linked from the ending of season 1. And again, with most of these kinds of movies that are based off shonen IPs, they tend to do this thing that we like to call the shonen recap syndrome. If you've seen an episode of One Piece, you know what I'm talking about. The first 10 minutes of a 20-minute runtime is just the flashback and the recap of the previous episode that you probably just watched on your binging session. So I was like, please, 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 don't give us like a shitty 10-15 minute recap of what happened in the anime, alright? Like, I'm certain that the moment that we all saw that this movie was going to come out, people either went to go watch the anime or probably won't go and watch this movie if they hadn't at least watched the anime or read the manga. Luckily, and to my surprise, they didn't do any recap whatsoever. Like, they like the first minute was legitimately straight into where we left off in the anime, which I thought was fucking great, because we're not bullshitting around. If there's anything I hate in my anime, it's bullshit filler. And luckily, this movie was just like, no, we ain't putting any filler in the beginning, alright? We're gonna get straight into the action. And into the action they did, because holy shit, if you thought this amazing animation and Sakuga that just made the Sakuga tarts froth of the mouth on episode 19 was hype shit, my fucking god. Just all throughout, UFO Table just one-upping themselves over and over. Like, they're really stepping up to the whole the only one who can defeat me is me mentality, because every single scene that went by, I was like, wow, that even looks better than the last. How can they top that? Never mind, they just topped it after 5 minutes. I'm eating my own words right now. And I don't really mean that in the sense of just animation and how it looks and the pretty colors and the flashing lights. I mean, even the story didn't feel rushed at all. It was quite well paced, and again, they didn't really seem to cut out anything of importance. Of course, there were some smaller elements, which I obviously won't talk about in this video because it'll go into spoilers, that I thought they could have expanded on a little further, but judging by the length of the movie, I was like, okay, maybe they decided to cut it down, was just like, just go fucking read the manga. And I must say that the last, I'd say last third of the movie was, again, probably the most hype fucking animation that I have ever seen. I was like, this is peak UFO Table. UFO Table cannot top this. Because if Season 2, which is going to happen, everyone knows Season 2 is going to happen, if Season 2 manages to one-up the Sakuga in this movie, I think the internet is going to burst their nutsacks open. Because yes, although Demon Slayer does throw a lot of cliches into its story, being a Shonen Jump manga, and really having to follow those cliches because it is a Shonen Jump manga, that definitely did not take away from just the pure hype and enjoyment that I got from watching it. Now, in saying all of that, if I have one piece of criticism on the movie, and this is, I think, a really kind of petty reasoning, so take this with a grain of salt, but I think the one piece of criticism I have with this movie is that it didn't really even have to be a movie. Because as much as I felt hype around this movie, and I felt the excitement of watching this high-octane action, I just didn't really get a cinematic experience with this movie. And it's really difficult to try and explain to people what a cinematic experience is, because I feel a cinematic experience, or what we call a cinematic experience, really differs from person to person. But to me, what defines a cinematic experience is watching something that you can only really fully experience and fully immerse yourself in a cinema. An example of anime movies that gave me, personally, cinematic experiences would be like Akira, Your Name. The feeling that I get and the emotions that dwell from inside of me watching it in the cinemas completely differs, or is rather unachievable, in front of a regular living room TV. And that's the problem I had with this Demon Slayer movie, is that it didn't feel like a movie as more an extended episode. It was like watching 4 or 5 episodes of Demon Slayer all together without any openings or endings in between. And again, that's not even such a massive demerit to this movie, because I managed to binge Demon Slayer again in 2 days. So to me, the whole feeling of just binging episodes back to back definitely felt more natural to me than, say, someone who watched it weekly. Honestly, if they decided to not make a movie of this, that would have been the most solid first 5 episodes to the upcoming season 2. Like, that could have easily been the first 5 episodes to season 2. But yeah, that's basically it. Every other criticism I have of this movie is rather tiny and delves into spoiler territory, so obviously I'm not going to talk about it. But honestly, I would fucking recommend it. Like, that was a great fucking movie. So rest assured, Demon Slayer fans, this movie is going to be fucking hype. And once it comes out in your respective countries, I reckon you're going to enjoy the fuck out of it, especially if you enjoyed the TV series. But hey, before we move on to the next part of the show, we of course have to give some time for the sponsor of today's video, and for that, I'm going to give it to my boy, Joey from the future. Take it away, Joey. Thanks, Joey. I'll take it from here. Because this video is sponsored by Bushiroad with their brand new anime, D4DJ First Mix. D4DJ First Mix is an anime about high school girls aiming to become DJs. With its high quality 3D animation with concert scenes in every single episode, you can't get any better than that with a music-based anime. For those of you who are into the technical side of anime, the show is directed by Mizushima Seiji, who is the director for Shaman King, Full Metal Alchemist, Gundam 00, and a bunch of other anime series you've probably heard of before. And the best part about all of this is that you can watch all of the episodes for free, gentlemen, over on YouTube. In fact, the first episode has been out since October 22nd. Plus, for those of you who want to simp just a little bit harder than the average, there is even a rhythm game that is set to globally launch in 2021. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in and you want to check more of it out, then make sure to click the links down in the description below. Thanks again to Bushiroad International for sponsoring today's video. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. But with that out of the way, let's talk about the manga. Now, obviously, because I spent such a long time talking about the Demon Slayer movie, I'm going to keep it short this time and just stick to one anime series. And no, surprisingly, it ain't some graphic and gory horror manga or some lewd as fuck degenerative ecchi manga. I know a lot of you guys are like, wow, Joey, you only ever recommend those types of genres. What if we don't like those types of genres? Well, don't worry. I'm sticking to the shonen theme, and I'm talking about one shonen manga that has kind of come out but hasn't had a whole lot of spotlight put on it for a number of reasons. And it's a manga that personally I was really looking forward to because I am a fan of this particular artist's previous work, and if you know what I'm talking about, then you're probably excited to hear my thoughts on it, because I know a lot of people on my Twitch have been asking what my thoughts on it are. By the way, go follow me on Twitch, I stream quite often. But of course, we are talking about Burn the Witch by Kubo Taito. Finally managed to get my hand on the first volume. By the way, this is fucking clean. It doesn't even look like a manga volume, right? Like, it straight up just looks like a regular book. And even it says here, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't worry, Kubo-sensei, I ain't judging a book by its cover yet, at least, until I read it. But yes, for those of you who don't know, this is done by Kubo Taito, who famously is the creator of the Bleach manga, and this is his brand new manga series called Burn the Witch. So far, only volume 1 has come out, and I'm pretty sure like the OVA has come out as well on streaming sites and whatnot, but I wanted to give the manga a read because I personally much prefer the Bleach manga to the Bleach anime. But the premise of Burn the Witch is a rather interesting one. So it's set in London, or rather reverse London. It is set in the kind of the reverse underbelly of the city of London called Reverse London, where in the regular London, people just roam around like everyday life. It's just a slice of life up there. But in Reverse London, there are things like witches, like magic, like dragons. Now that sounds lame as fuck to the regular man who is like, come on, Joey, I want some edgy shit, alright? I want some edgy shit. Don't worry, when we talk about witches and dragons and magic, it ain't no pussy bitch shit, alright? This is Kubo Taito we're talking about. He made the cliche concept of soul reaping hype as fuck with Bleach, alright? So you know he's not gonna fuck around with that stuff. So in basically this world, there are all sorts of different dragons. Some of them are evil, some of them are good. And the evil ones can only be handled and destroyed by witches who are permitted to touch dragons, to produce magic, to basically kill dragons and capture them if necessary. But to a regular human, you can't even touch a dragon. In fact, the moment you even touch a dragon, you get possessed by a dragon of your own. You become a dragon tamer. tamer. That is, of course, if you survive it, because a lot of them either get fined a fuck ton or get sentenced to a death penalty. It's very serious society. And our main character, Noelle, has this guy who has been following her for the longest time, and he just fucking loves Noelle. And it's discovered that he, in fact, actually is a dragon tamer. He's been in contact with dragons so much that he really can't really escape from the grasps of underground London. So he has to join in with Noelle to help defeat dragons and help defeat a society that is run by dragons. And that's pretty much all we really know right now as of Burn the Witch. Again, this is only volume 1, and this seems like it might end up being a long-running series. Maybe not to the same extent as Bleach, but definitely longer running than anything else that Kubo Taito has done. And this first volume definitely is not as, like, serious or as edgy or as hyper as the later seasons and volumes of Bleach ended up being. Like, this definitely did remind me of the very early stages of Bleach, especially the Bleach manga, where Kubo Taito definitely doesn't get as serious as he is usually known for, and definitely throws in a way more comedic elements to build up characters and to build up the story and build up the world. And I mean, what can I say about Kubo Taito's art style that hasn't been said already? It's fucking brilliant. You know, he might struggle sometimes to write a comprehensive story, especially with the later seasons of Bleach, as you would know, but goddamn, this man can draw characters and make them look fucking fire. I love all the characters in this first volume so far. The story is fantastic. It's really engaging, really funny, and kind of tongue-in-cheek at times as well. But of course doesn't fail to get serious when it needs to get serious. I'm really fucking excited for the next volume because, you know, Kubo Taito kind of had a rough run with how Bleach ended, or rather Bleach got cancelled on his ass, and you know, I think this is a nice, like, fresh new slate for Kubo Taito to really explore his creativity, and I'm personally really excited for it. Again, I haven't seen the OVA for it yet, and I've heard a lot of mixed things about it, but I definitely do recommend this manga, especially if you are a Kubo Taito fan. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you don't pull a fucking Bleach on us again, Kubo Taito. I swear, if you do that, I'm gonna punch you in the throat. But with that out of the way, let's end off this monthly otaku episode with my favorite part of the series, and everyone's favorite part of the series. That's right, I'm talking about the monthly figurine giveaway brought to you guys by the lovely folks over at Tokyo Otaku Mode. Thank you as always. Now, this figurine is one that has been in quite a bit of demand for, and the moment I saw it, I was like, I know y'all motherfuckers are gonna want to get your hands on this, because from what I've heard from the folks at Tokyo Otaku Mode, this figurine is selling out like hotcakes. Like, this figurine is just so popular right now that it actually took me quite a while to get my hands on it as well, but luckily I did get my hands on it, and I definitely do think this is gonna be a figurine that a lot of you would just fucking froth your mouth at. And it is Scratatata! Look at this beauty. That is right, this of course is the brand new Sewayaki Kitsune no Senko-san assembly line Senko-san figurine. Holy shit. First of all, I've never seen a actual, like, figure scale of Senko-san in my life, at least one that doesn't look this good. I mean, I've seen a lot of, like, chibi Senko-san figurines and a lot of, like, tapestries and whatnot, but I've never seen a full-on Senko-san figurine. I mean, first of all, this box is fucking clean. You know I love me a good figurine box, and the base is nice as well, and I mean, goddamn, dude. Who doesn't like Senko-san? She is so fucking cute! So I love her. You love her, and I'm sure you want to get your hands on it, and luckily for one of you lovely motherfuckers, you will get your hands on this, with the box, of course, signed by yours truly. All you have to do, as always, is follow 3 very simple steps. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the links down in the description below to enter the free giveaway, and at the end of the giveaway campaign timeline, one random lucky viewer will get their hands on this beautiful Senko-san figurine. I always see the winner of every month tweeting at me or sending me a picture, you know, saying that they received their gift, and it just makes me really happy that I could give back to you guys in some way or another. So again, if you'd like to get your hands on it, or you want to just have the bragging rights of winning a monthly otaku collection figurine giveaway, then again, make sure to click that link down in the description below, and good luck to the participants. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of the monthly otaku collection. Thank you once again for joining in until the very end. Again, guys, go and check out my EP down in the description below, please. It is a massive passion project. This thing is my fucking baby. You don't know how long I've been working on this for. I'll tell you, I've been working on this shit since January of this year, so I would really fucking appreciate if you guys go give it a listen on YouTube or on Spotify or wherever else it is streaming. Again, links down in the description below. And let me know what you guys thought about anything that I talked about in this episode of the monthly otaku collection. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of October and the rest of November. The next couple of months, I'm definitely going to be kind of experimenting a lot more with content over on YouTube, and also I'm going to be streaming a lot more on my Twitch as well, so make sure to follow me there if you don't want to miss out on anything dank over there as well. I appreciate all you guys' support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, like and favorite if you enjoy, subscribe for anime banter, keep watching anime. Ciao now!